Hi,
Hello.
welcome to our booth. So today's question is a very simple and complex one at the same time. Why should colleagues and fellow interpreters learn and know how to use virtual audio cables?
Before moving to the answer to that question, we would like to invite you to like this video if you find it useful for you
We
and
hope so.
share it with your friends. If you really like what we do, then subscribe to our channel so that you will be able to find even more useful material for your work as an interpreter or translator.
Yeah.
And also to follow us on all social media. You can find us almost everywhere.
Everywhere. So you have many possibilities to find and follow us.
And finally, our website www.cabinadoppia.com, where you can find courses, on-demand courses, and information on our following activities.
Absolutely. So let's go back to our question and very briefly, there are two main answers to that initial question. Why should interpreters know and learn how to use virtual audio cables? So there are two answers.
Probably there is another question. Probably people are wondering, yes, but what are virtual audio cables?
Absolutely, which is another good question.
Which is another good question, and the answer lies in the question itself, because they are, as the name says, virtual audio cables. So just imagine them like cables going out of, I don't know, a sound device, which might be represented by a computer with Zoom on it, and connecting to your own, for example, interpretation console, and then interpretation console is connected to an output, but everything happens within the sound card of your computer. So think about it as a virtual environment where you have different things connected, and you connect them through virtual audio cables. As in physical booths, for example, you connect everything with physical audio cables.
Absolutely. So you need to imagine the physical cable you have all seen many times in physical, real, in-person booths. And as we said before, the answer to the initial question, why should interpreters learn how to use virtual audio cables, are mainly two. The first one, Francesco.
Well, the first one is one of the ways to be able to use ASR software.
And ASR, sorry to interrupt you, it means, if you don't know, automatic speech recognition. For example, Simonote or Interpret Bank, or there are many other systems that can automatically produce live captioning while you listen to a speaker or while you're attending a conference.
Yeah, and even if some of them have embedded features to, be able to listen to your audio computer, some of them can only read the input. So you can only use them, for example, in a booth connected to the main console and whatever.
Absolutely.
But what if you want to use them in remote simultaneous interpreting, for
in
example?
your office, at home, and you have your device and you're doing RSI, remote simultaneous interpreting. How can you use automatic speech recognition with systems like Simonote or Interpret Bank? That's one possibility with virtual audio cables.
Yeah. Then we will talk about it about specific software in other videos. But for the time being, let's be more general. Let's talk about virtual audio cables.
Absolutely. And sorry to interrupt you, Francesco. The second answer to the initial question, why should interpreters know how to use virtual audio cables, is also one possibility for you to use a virtual mixer, such as, for example, Voicemeeter, which we will focus on in another video. So follow us, because more videos will come on Voicemeeter, a virtual mixer that is very useful for you if you work a lot in remote simultaneous interpreting, for example.
Yeah, but let's talk about virtual audio cables. So where can you find them? There are a few possibilities. We are just providing you with the most common one and the most renowned one, which is the one that you can find in vb-audio.com, quindi VB Audio, so VB Audio software.
Yeah. That's the page you can find
And
it.
that's the page where you can find them. You can find the VB Cable virtual audio device, which is free to download. There is a Windows and a Mac OS version, and you can use them as an additional input and output source. Think about it as a cable connecting different parts of the audio of your computer.
A physical cable, yeah.
And you can also have additional ones. They are donationware, so you need to make a donation to the person developing, which is VB, Vincent Burel, the developer of the of the virtual audio cable. So just with a small donation, and you can also download up to 4 additional cables if you have a more complicated, let's say more complex rather than complicated setup.
So a very affordable solution, let's say. Very, very affordable.
Yeah, and you can use it for Windows, Mac OS, and then there are other softwares, other pieces of software then to manage them and to manage the bridging of audio from one application to another and then having it merged, for example, in the output of your headsets.
Yeah. For the time being, we focus on Windows because we are Windows users. So we simply download it and install it on our device, on our PC in this case.
Yeah, then in one of the following, so it's very simple. Sorry, I was skipping this part. You just click here, download it.
Yeah. And install it.
And then you install it. We're not showing how to do it because it's very simple. You just open the file, you install it, and then reboot your computer, and that's it.
That's it.
So
what happens next once you have downloaded and installed VB audio cables?
So what happens next is that you will find among your sound
input and output
devices, you will find the cable input. Here, and then as output, and then among the inputs, let's see if we can find it very quickly. You will have a cable output. Yes, it's the other way around. I know it might sound complicated, but yeah.
It's not. It's simply the opposite.
It's like because you are connecting. Think about it, because you are connecting an input to an output,
cable output,
and an output to an input. So that's why it's the other way around.
The opposite.
And in this thing, and then you can use it, but this is for another time to see, for another video to see. You can use them with virtual audio mixers such as Voice Vitas, where you can have these configurations where you can have audio sources coming into one channel. For example, you have cable output, then we taken also the additional cables to mix more sources, so you have the cable A, cable B, and that's it.
Absolutely.
And so on.
And as we said at the beginning, this is one of the possibilities for you to use automatic speech recognition while doing remote simultaneous interpreting.
And another very useful, let's say, purpose of virtual audio cables is when you are doing remote simultaneous interpreting platforms such as Zoom, where by default, you cannot hear your boothmate when they are interpreting. Well, I mean, you could now with the relay function, but it's very complicated.
Yeah, and very difficult to balance as well.
But if you want then an audio, let's say, an audio back channel also to talk to your boothmate while muting the microphone, both you muted microphone on Zoom, but you want, a channel just to exchange quick information. This comes into play and it can be very useful. But it's for another time to see.
Absolutely. So we hope this video was useful, and see you next videos where we will have a whole series especially devoted to these issues, and especially designed by and for fellow interpreters.
And before concluding, once again, if you like this video, like it, share it,
subscribe
to our channel, then follow us on
social media.
It's almost all of them, so you can.
And also have a look at our website.
Almost everywhere, and take a look at our website.
Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.